Sir, please start your camera and start the session.
Recording की red light start हो गई. Okay, so we were here last class innovating imitative serial entrepreneurs, Fabian entrepreneurs, drone entrepreneurs. Last class में थोड़ा सा हमने ट्रेड्स competencies and entrepreneurship की qualities traits पढ़े थे. Need for achievement, willingness to take risk, initiative, opportunity capitalization, persistence, problem solving attitude, level of confidence, monitoring and controllership, commitment to work contract, systematic planning, leadership traits, concern for employee welfare, and CSR. And these are the basics, pros and cons of being an entrepreneur, value of learning about entrepreneurship, ways to build potential of the entrepreneur. So it was started introduced this the concept by Richard Cantillon in 1723 and clearly defined by J.B. Say in economics. We say, as famous economist Jean Baptiste Say in 1803. According to Say, entrepreneur is the economic agent who utilizes means of production, land, labor, capital, entrepreneur to develop a product. Entrepreneur तो वो खुद ही है, and then he needs to take care of all three factors of production. जहाँ पे वो land भी take care करे, लेबर को भी काम करने में लगाए और कैपिटल को ठीक तरीके से यूटिलाइज करे टू मेक मोर मनी. तो लैंड की जब हम बात करते हैं तो वी टॉक अबाउट अपर द सर्फेस ऑफ लैंड, ऑन द सर्फेस, बिलो द सर्फेस, एंड स्किल लेबर में आपके पास स्किल्ड लेबर भी होते हैं, अनस्किल्ड लेबर भी होते हैं, सेमी स्किल्ड लेबर भी होता है. सो उनको आप इकट्ठे टेक कर सकते हो. एंड देन कैपिटल तो इन सबको चाहिए कि अगर कैपिटल नहीं होगी तो लैंड का रेंट नहीं जाएगा, लेबर नहीं होगी तो लेबर की सैलरी या वेजेस नहीं जाएंगी. So पैसा तो is mandatory to start a business, but again, how much you need, that will depend on how much you already have. Sell his product to gain revenue, which will cover cost of production. Remain will be the profit. Entrepreneur also develops means to increase his profits, either by lessing the cost or relooking the means of production. Evolution of entrepreneurship, basic trade, barter system. We used to sell, we say, goods. Say, I have potato, you have banana or something, a barter which can be traded in between. And then came the money, which was a medium of exchange as toward the barter system. Agricultural revolution, basic trading in agriculture. India was occupied by agriculture for around near to 50 to 70% population in agriculture. Right now, it's near to 50%. Slowly, steadily, the agriculturists are dropping. For few of the farmers are gaining because of the revolution of this organic farming these days. But over a period of time, people have been saying that this is not a status what we should work. So I've seen people selling their lands because they have become engineers now, and they move to the big cities instead of working in, say, as a farmer. And more often, there are people who have graduated from IIMs and they have dropped their jobs and they have moved to organic farming. So they're vice versa. It's just about how the thought process works. See this. Okay. Expansion of trade routes. Earlier, this trade route only made India uh, more prone to British economy because they came to India as from for a trade route for spices. And many Europeans used to come to India for trading in spices and many other things that India was having and still till date also. India is taking in many of the trade routes internationally, but again, these days imports are higher but exports are less. And uh, more often these trade routes are still till today also traveling of prime ministers just to increase the trade between the more of the nations and for say business and employment both of the countries. Beginning of the marketplace now, these online marketplaces and the international marketplaces which are governing big business houses are driving this entrepreneurship force very well so that we can make something which can drive things internationally and help us in business. Machines and industrial revolution, modern entrepreneurship, that's basic evolution that it all started transforming into a concept and idea that how can we make somebody a good businessman just by teaching a subject also. But again, books will not be able to teach you much, rather what you can start doing it yourself. Leadership and management for an entrepreneur, like we discussed few in trades also. This will be a different if you see traits. मेरे अंदर क्या होना चाहिए? What I should be having as a trait. Next is कि अब when you become a leader or you are almost in the business, अब business के through आपको करना क्या है? What do you need? What do you want to get the work done? Develop a strategic vision which can change the things are being done right now. Vision which you want to achieve in something in future. Vision means say eyesight is like we talk about. So what do you see? How do you see the business in future? You see yourself as a small shopkeeper. You see yourself as a big business house. You see yourself as a big chairman or CEO of a company, and what it will take you to reach that level. It's not कि मैंने dream कर लिया. I will okay tomorrow morning I'll wake up. I'll achieve it. No, see a vision, see a thought, and go forward by doing developing some strategy accordingly to that, and we can achieve only when we think of it, right? Thinking, planning, strategizing, and then executing. Communicate with transparency. Whatever you communicate to the stakeholders, there should be no hidden fact in that. If stakeholders see that there is a problem in the financials, there is a problem in the way the business being governed, anything which you say, but market experts don't rely on you because you have said something which is completely incorrect. Said something which is completely incorrect. So in that sense, people will bother you for some unnecessarily things. And again, media houses, these days are completely bothering you to answer the questions from the people for the people. So always what we communicate that should be communicated with the transparency level at the highest. That whatever we see here in our business, whatever we do in our business, that should be communicated to all the stakeholders with very much thought and process that we don't have any hidden fact in our financials, in the marketing, and in our product level, which we are distributing to the stakeholders. So in that sense, if you see this concept of corporate governance, that only came to picture because companies are playing with the financials. Somebody is inflating the profits, just like Satyam, that they inflated their profits to so that the market can bullish, people can invest more in the shares. It's not justified to attract money to by showing the higher amount of profits. If profits are shown to be higher, then you are misleading the facts, misleading the figures. That is against the concept of corporate governance. Spot and retain the best talent. See, like I said last class, and I'll be seeing this in every class. Managing the human resource is the toughest thing in this world. Sometimes we lose our temper because a person suddenly puts down the resignation for reason A, reason B. You can groom him, train him, and try to retain him at to the best level. But certainly, if person has made up his mind that he need to move on to some other things, he can go off. Our office is located in Noida, Sector 135, and I travel from Gurgaon 2 days or 3 days in a week. Sometimes I also think there are already four offices there in Gurgaon as well. Why shouldn't I join that? It's in I think 4.5 years I'm doing the same thing, Gurgaon traveling to Noida. This hybrid has given me some leverage. Otherwise, 2006-17, it was totally full time, 5 days a week office. There's somebody who's coming from Meerut. There's somebody who's coming from Bareilly. To them, it's again a more pain point. So when I discuss pain point sides, it's okay, but we have our family working in Bareilly itself. How should I come if you ask me to come on a daily basis? No, my simple answer to that question is that you were hired at that time, these questions were told to you, these answers were told to you. That this is COVID time, you were being hired. After COVID, you will be asked to come to office. On those days of interview, you kept on saying yes, 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 I'll be coming. Because you were needing a job. Now, as a talent, when we need him, he will run away. Because he has made up his mind that his health is not permitting him to travel and work. So you can't be an ice cream seller that you can make everyone happy, so that you can retain everyone who asks for anything. Okay. नाश मार दिया यार। हाँ जी, सुन लिया भाई, सुन लिया। आई एम गोइंग स्लो। ओके ओके। एक ने बोला, उन्होंने बोला, ठीक है, समझ गया। सो वी कांट बी आइसक्रीम सेलर that we can make everybody happy. We can try and retain everybody, but up to the levels of limits of organization. ये नहीं कि what we are doing and making everyone happy, in that sense business goes off. So we can spot and retain the best talent who are good to us, who are genuinely working as a loyal say employee uh, since long. But keeping in mind that if we retain him and go with some extra incentives, that extra incentives will be asked by the other folks also who are working for the organization day and night. So in that sense, SWOT and retain, but up to retention should be up to certain limit. Don't think that he's the only person who's working for this organization, and if he leaves, in that case, our organization will get spoiled. Because many people will come to you with this thought: if I leave the job, the work as organization will get totally shut down. So it's not possible. Organization will keep on working. It's just that he has a very myth in his mind that people I'll be retained because my boss is very, say, good to me every time. Know how and when to delegate. We cannot do everything ourselves. Some things have to be delegated to other people. Some things have to be done ourselves itself. So we need to know which thing to delegate, which thing has to be done ourselves. We can't do everything ourselves. Sometimes we need to hire people from marketing, sales, or HR or finance. We have deployed money, we have deployed many people around us. But again, if you know that these are things we need to overcome, because in case it happens to be the case, then when you have a lot of employees, but the right man for the right with the right skill set and right mindset is not there with you, whom you can delegate the task. So most of the time we feel that if we delegate, this new person will take more time. And if we do ourselves, in that case, it's okay. Let me do it ourselves. But you can't do all things yourself. In office job is also, when you go to the leadership level, there you will see that if I delegate, the person is taking more time to get the work done. And if I do myself, I'll take less time. But if you keep on doing everything yourself, it will be completely a mess that you end up doing nothing because you have a lot of work to do. So sometimes you need to see whom to delegate and when to delegate, so that the delegation can be followed as a process. Lead by example. Sometimes in the client side or in business side, when we try to communicate with client or write an email to the client, and client says, I'm not able to understand what you're saying. Say I'm very bad in English. I don't know what are grammatical errors. So I go in the spell check when I'm writing an email mostly. So if you don't know something, you can learn it, or you can try protecting yourself till the time you don't get corrected. But if you write a bad email and client comes up with an escalation that this person has written awkward or weird email to me. So how will I teach to the new people who are joining? They might be having a better communication than me, but I have led an example that even if you do a bad communication, nothing will happen to you. Don't worry. So they will also take this emails and client connects very granted. So lead something by example that if I can do it, you can also do it. Ask for advice. Sometimes we feel very shameful at asking for advice. Why should I take an advice? I'm being an entrepreneur. Right? No. See, we are new to this world, so we might need to ask some seniors, especially the existing entrepreneurs who have done well in their business houses or who are very senior industry experts about what we are doing. Are we following the right path, or is something that we need to correct which is going wrong? There's no harm in asking for advice. If you ask for advice, maximum will have what happen. Either a person will refuse or he will say shout some negative words against your business. That's it. But again, if you don't ask and you're still going wrong, there will be a regret after some time that you had a genuine person to advise you. But we were never serious about taking advice because we felt that asking for advice is a weak point for an entrepreneur. No, it's not. If you don't know something, till the time you don't ask, that's the weak point. Asking or taking a feedback makes you strong because somebody who might they see there might all the fingers are not same. There might be some people who will tell you some negative words. There might be some people who will tell you the naptol words. What are positives? What are negatives? So somebody who is there might be people who will be giving you genuine advice. Now you need to filter out who was genuine, who was non-genuine, and then accordingly you can start working on the feedback. Right? If you go to a fitness center, everybody will not ask you to develop your physique like the way your trainer wants. Somebody on the friend circle will be not wanting it because they want you to be competitor. They don't want to be healthy and fit enough. So ask for advice where you think people are genuine and they will give you something for betterment. Don't ask for extraordinary advice and don't expect always extraordinary. Some people don't have time to talk also. Develop leaders. If I lose, I after some time I need to retire. Who will be my successor? Ramal Bhasin was overtaken by Tiger Tyagarajan, Janpact. Tiger Tyagarajan is recently been taken over by Balkishan Kalra. You will not remain a leader till the whole life. Even after some time, the life will end. Right? That's a harsh irony of life. Now you need to think if I die at the age of 90, today I am say 85 or 80 or 70. Now, after some time, who will take up this business then? In case I'm not there. In office jobs also we asked to have some cross training backups that who will train, who will be doing this work in case of business continuity planning exercise. Say today is workday one, like this happened to be network issue. So who will do the work in case my network is not working? My network is not working. I can't go to Gurgaon office and it's being midnight now, heavily raining. I can't go to office in Noida. What will happen? Somebody will do work on my behalf. Either I'll join from my say mobile on a Zoom meeting, or he or she can open a standard operating procedure and start working on it. Because I know that there will be some day I will not be available. There might be family emergency. There might be a network issue. There might be a number of things. So in that case, you need to develop a leader who can take charge against as my prostant backup. And if he is good enough to take when I'm alive, when I'm all the more good to see the business, in that case, I'll try to move and grow some extra business from what money I have already been made up. Create an atmosphere conducive to growth. The person I just talked about, spot and retain best talent. It's been 3 months. He has been sitting after my head that I want to move out from this business, from this company business or what. I simply asked him that we are talking about to the senior management about your promotions, and on the second hand, you are asking to leave the organization for no reason. You don't have a job right now in hand. Either you look for a job in hand. Till that time, I'll not pull your name from the promotions. But again, if a person or every group of person, there are 10 people who are working, after 5, 6 months down the line, after 1 year down the line, every year you see good amount of people getting promoted. Now, if you see a atmosphere which is which is where everybody is growing, so why somebody would not want to work there? Growing in terms of positionally and financially both. So try and work for those organizations where you see people getting good amount of growth in financials and the your non-monetary say promotion. See, because today working at a leadership level, every time working at a leadership level is a has a good value status, especially on your social media now. So we need to develop as an entrepreneur a conducive environment to growth where people are being given their jobs accordingly. They are being given the handsome incentives of promotion. Progressive learning. As an entrepreneur, we need to learn new things time by time. If I stop learning, if I stop, say, you don't stop dreaming, so you don't stop learning, right? If I keep on learning, there from there only, I'll try to come up with new ideas, which were earlier not clicking my mind. It like there is a saying, reading is to the mind what exercise is to the body, right? So, say, brain ke liye there is no bodybuilding, right? Brain cells, if you see a big bodybuilder also, Arnold also, his this size is same. Rest of the body you can develop. So progressive learning only charges your brain. And brain only helps you to look for more options which were earlier not there with you in your business. For a simple example, Reliance Industries, they came up with a Vimal idea. Vimal was working well. They came with telecom. They dreamt of this mobile phone should be there with everybody in India. I think that was around 100 rupee a phone. They launched very small phones. Rickshaw also started having phones from that time. Then Sri Shetty they came up with Reliance Financials, Reliance Insurance. Today they have come up with Reliance Geo Mart. It means there's a long chain of business which they are into now. But this happened gradually. Day one, Vimal was the outlet. Vimal is still there, but again, this is not there. That's not the main business that they're doing now. So if you keep on learning about the business areas more, then only you keep on expanding, keep on growing. If you stop learning, you stop progressing then. Effective communication for entrepreneur, build a team, trust, rapport, relationship strengthening, resolving conflict. If I become an entrepreneur, if I need to build a team where I have few members with whom I am doing business just based on the trust. There's no business which we have written, documented or something. We have good rapport with each other, relations with each other. We have good tie-ups to resolve conflict. What tie means tie-ups with each other. That if there is a conflict, we get that sorted out easily. Because when two human beings are there would be a conflict many times. People don't think that what we are doing is right. They think that what I do is always right. Right. So when you counter them that what you're doing is was not right, in that case, there might be the battery charged up to have a fight with each of them. Maybe you see many people fight a policeman also, right? Why have you asked me to stop? Why I should pay the challan or something like that? Because there is a conflict. Then he says, "Okay, I not paid because I belong to someone so and so political party." So always for relationship strengthening and resolving conflict, try to be straightforward as much as you can. Don't hide any fact with your business partners and your colleagues because they trust you. They've invested in business based on each other's trust. If I don't trust somebody I have met just after a few months back and don't have any idea about his professional career and professional life. So how could I say that I'll do business with him? So this business building is just about trust and rapport and relationship building and conflict resolving. Finding clients and closing sales. And now in many business houses, this finding clients is the most toughest part because when we try to find a client, it's tough for us to sort their query. And many a times these are clients very smart. They come with their own possible solutions that whatever we are offering, half of the solution is already known to them. They just want to confirm. You see a simple example. For a chartered accountant, to file an RTR, there are many this website Urban Tab and you go to internet, go to taxguru.in. Online information is readily available how you need to file an ITR, income tax return, and corporate returns. But many of the clients, many of the business houses, they pay specifically to the CS and to lawyers to get this ITR done. Being there, and they all know it how to file an RTR. Just type on Google how to file income tax return. You get endless number of websites. But sometime people know that I know it, but I just want to confirm whether I'm right or not. You go for a cough and cold medicine of Ayurvedic and go on internet, you will find multiple options to get you cured. Adrak shahad and so on and so forth, adrak wali chai. Patanjali medicines are also available what needs to be done for your throat problem or not. But at the end of the day, we'll end up ending see the doctor, even if it's an Ayurvedic physician. That and to my surprise, when I went to this Ayurvedic physician, he had a A4 size print on his desk. I'm sorry, on the upper surface of the printer, where it was written, "Don't insult my knowledge with the Google's knowledge." So, because these days clients are more aware than the doctors. They know much things from YouTube, or because I'm not a doctor, I just want to cure my disease. So if I'm going to cure my disease, for me, allopathic, homeopathic, Ayurvedic, they all are equals. I just want to get cured. So now in this cure, I found out many homeopathic medicines also. I found out many Ayurvedic medicines also. And allopathic, I try to avoid. Antibiotics, I don't deal. But again, for doctor, it has become difficult now to solve the problem because customer is more aware. So you can go to the doctor in Practo app, and you can go to doctor physically also. Then one is the thing that you found a client. Second is you have closed the sales and sold the product to him or her. That is very different. Proposing and getting the right person, that one is difficult. Second, if you got him right, in that case, closing the sales and finally selling the product to him is again very difficult. You go in real estate, if I want to say invest in 10 crore or 5 crore for a property, first I have a property for 4 crore, which is, if you talk about in Noida and Gurgaon, there's a huge amount of inventory available for sale. This buyer is having very good bargaining power. And he knows by the time he needs here, and you also know that by the time he has reached you, he had got seen multiple options by now. Why will he invest in your real estate? Who will bother him, try to convince him to say that yes, this property is right, you should invest here? Finding the investors. Now, why finding the investors is not again easy. I know my idea is good. I know what business I'm doing, what business I'm launching. This would work well. How will I able to? How should I convince the investor? Will my investor get confirmed and convinced that yes, my idea is good? I know I'm good. I know I'm better than others. How will I make it best communicated to the investor who does not wants or wants, but I need to generate his want that he should be able to invest in my business. Because sometimes we think we are very good and we have edge on all the people in the market. But somebody who's an investor, he is investing crores of money in your business. He might be knowing better than you, better than us. So to convince him again would be an art which we will learn by time. It's not a single day task. Then is keeping clients and managing expectations. Now, once you've closed the sales, once you have found out the right investor, you've got a good business, then sustaining the client is again, uh, you say, art or rocket science, because you need to be with their expectations every time. We purchased one small property, a small shop in one of the group, which is recently launched in Gurgaon. Initial sales pitch, every time we went there, in their office, the sales pitch every time from the company's salesman was that you take this shop and it will be the guarantee of the owners, means guarantee for the owners from this builder, that we will rent out this property for you, and the leasing part will remain with the say company who is building this big real estate group. It was lucrative. Okay, we gave him the money to get the property blocked and so on and so forth. The day came up, there was a builder buyer agreement in the district court of law. And I was knowing that he's lying to me, because leasing out, guaranteeing a lease, and that too in a city like Gurgaon, where you have a lot of options. Even the buyer has options, the seller has also multiple options. Franchisees also have multiple options. When I read that builder buyer agreement, nowhere this line was written that the leasing part will remain with the company. Before signing it, I called the customer service. I called up the salesman who was having the wrong sales pitch. That day, when I was standing in the court and signing it, he said that it was just a assistance that we can offer you, and nowhere said that I will guarantee you. Now in my mind, till date, I'll get a shop. That shop will get delivered, I think, in 2025. My mind daily is running after that, whether I have invested the right place or not, because the person who has from the day one, he has has gone for a misleading statement. My property will be rented out. No worries at all. It is a society shop. It'll definitely get rent out. But now I've lost trust and faith in these real estate brokers, that without lying, they cannot do any business. And that's where they lose their clientele and their expectation. That's where when we get a call of a real estate broker every day, purchase the property, we always say, please don't call us. We have good amount of trusted dealers with us. When they will say we'll purchase, if they don't won't say, we'll invest money in the real estate bonds, and after 5 years it'll get unlocked then. Because investing is lucrative when it gives you a return. If you are cheating your clientele from day one, clientele will not trust you afterwards. So the basic expectation of client is a trust and fair view of the problem or the situation that he has come up to you. Don't cheat with the client, don't mislead him, or in case you don't have a solution, just say, I don't have a solution, or I don't have a treatment, or I don't have a property where I can manage your expectation. Don't sell insurance saying that this insurance is for only 1 year, and then after that you will get your money. You sleep with peace. Your money will be getting doubled after 10 years. Everybody knows insurance has a lock-in period of 5 years. Earlier it was 3 years. Now insurance has a lock-in period of 5 years. Before 5 years, if you stop paying it, the money that you have paid already will get forfeited. But the insurance brokers comes up and they say, invest one time and forget it then. One time, don't forget your money. And mostly the insurance premiums that have to be paid for, so the life insurance have to be paid for 5 years. If you pay below that, your money will get forfeited, or you will be given to you after 6th year, but with a penalty charged to it. So don't cheat the clients, don't cheat the investors, and do come up with the for the solution to their expectations. If you don't have a solution, say I don't have a solution. Earning rather from earning a bad name, it's better don't earn a name. Earn a good name or don't earn a name in the market. Communicate with yourself. See, communicating yourself will not lead you saying that you have lost your brain or you have lost completely say senses of your brain. Sometimes you need to communicate with yourself that what went right, what went wrong, and sometimes we can motivate ourselves only. Nobody third party will come to us and motivate in case of the negative say emotions, negative situations which have impacted us sometime or other, because sometimes when we lose clients and that to big value clients and that client has to go on to us our easy competitors, we feel bad. We feel bad. So a simple example. I am a faculty with Symbiosis from last 2 3 years. I'm faculty with IMT from last 16 years. I was trying to get with Symbiosis, but I was not having any link here. I just went on to LinkedIn and their HR, spoke to their HR, and they asked me to start the class. I've been trying to as same way from other some few other university. I approached to one of the universities in Dubai in UAE. There I got one class last May and June 2023, and that was the only class I have taught till them for them. And sitting at home, I have earned something from UAE, Dubai. Sitting students are from Saudi Arab, from UAE, from Delhi, from say any some parts of India and South Africa. But now they say they will be morely impaneled working with their internal faculties, not external faculties. I thought I lost contract. I'm alumni of Bharatiya Vidyapith only. They have not given me chance to teach online. Being few seniors of Symbiosis, they had their links. We tried with their links also, but they don't have space. So it's okay. It's okay. Right now also I'm teaching with 5 6 universities. That too, sometime online, some are too. I'm visiting faculty on the weekdays. So it's something sometimes I feel I'm overcharged up, overburdened. People ask me, why are you working two-way traffic, one for corporate, one for your education sector. So I says, okay, it's my hobby, my profession. I till the time I like it, I want to do it. We play cricket also sometimes. So why do we say why should we play cricket with office job, or we should play cricket with our school time? Cricket is a sports. It has nothing to do with education. But it's something to clear thought process, clear our mindset. There's sometimes things go wrong in our office space, in our education space, in our say personal life, but it's okay. Something the river has to flow on, time has to go on. Some many things will change by time. It will not change suddenly. So it's something you need to clear your mindset. Clarity of thought is very important because the clearer your thought is, more easily you will do execute. The jumbled up the thoughts are that whether I should work for a corporate or whether I should work for myself, whether I should work as a teacher, whether I should work as a I should work for my hobby, whether I should work for my profession, or I should work for both. So it need to be clarified with yourself, within yourself. You can't go for a counselor or a teacher or a psychiatrist to get it clarified with you. Fortify decision making. If I am deciding something, that need to have some parameters. That whether what I'm deciding, my decision making is in the better connection with what I was wanting to do or not. So decision needs to be on some parameters, on some impacts of my decision, whether it will be better for my career or and the people who are dealing with me for their career. And if they're all good, I can go ahead. Promotion of innovation and creativity. For a businessman, for an entrepreneur, this innovation and creativity are very important. If you don't innovate, if you don't have a creative mindset, things will be a copy paste then. You will see what business others are doing, and same applicability you will keep on with yourself. Okay, I'll do the copy paste idea. But just a copy paste idea, if that has a something new into it, something which can make people think change their thinking, That will also follow innovation. Can be say innovation can be process, it can be product, it can be packaging, it can be anything which can have a new impact on the customer. Mobile phone is same. Is the connection was different for Jio and Airtel. It has broadband connectivity is higher. Your network quality is higher in Jio. Both want to take money. Nobody want to have empty-handed and to go say, I don't want to take money. I just want to have say my spend all lots of money on my son's marriage, but all my son's marriage will be connected to my customers. No, it's already he has a lot of money. But creativity, which can change the customer mindset. MTNL phones to Android phones has just done with the innovation and creativity. Physical class to an online class has done something which is creativity for students as well as for teachers and for universities as well. Somebody who is saving cost, somebody is earning from at home, and somebody is sleeping at home. अगर वो मोबाइल से क्लास चल रही होगी ऑब्वियसली बात है वीडियोस का तो है नहीं अब उस टाइम में और ये ऑफिस में भी होता है ऑफिस जॉब में भी होता है many times we see people taking 1.5 hour dinner breaks. Innovation है Zoom meeting is an innovation for us. Earlier, we never thought of that there will be a day of COVID-19 and we'll all be working from home from our laptops. And this hybrid has continued for long now because this is saving costs for the organizations. So this just say come for once or two any time, any day in a week, and you just the rest of the day you work from home. In this way, either we even if you take people on your Zoom meeting, maximum people run away saying that we were busy due to some personal and family exigency. And this all will help you to develop overall business, which can do very well for the for as an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship culture. Now, culture to drive culture of as an entrepreneur, we need to introduce this as a subject, separate subject in the commerce in 11th, 12th standard, where you will the basic work will be to teach and sometimes to motivate, innovate, create and take risk. Because if I ask you that entrepreneurship was the subject in 12th standard. It was a brief chapter. Brief chapter will not help. Like we are studying this subject right now in BBA, it should be a subject rather or in a combination of business studies. At least half of the things should be taught in 12th standard because from school days only you can motivate this culture of people to take new risk, identifying the opportunity. Young minds can work with more. Ideally, like I said, the needy mind will work more, but young mind at least should be trained because when need will come, mind can panic. So culture would be where someone is motivated to innovate, create, and take risk, identify the opportunity, right kind of opportunity which can work well and drive the business. Differentiation factor: what differentiates me as a business from the other part of the counterparty? Creative teams we already talked about. Stimulating partners and role models. Sometimes we build a partnership in school and college days itself because we are daily having a class talking daily about the entrepreneurship. Most of the opportunities ideas are come by discussions and the readings. So more you discussion you have, more opportunity you talk about, more opportunity you try to innovate and finding out. EDP, entrepreneurship development's impact. It develops and strengthens the entrepreneurial quality, motivation. Analyze environment related to industry and business practices. What kind of trends are already going in industry? How consumer is already reacting? What kind of goods and services consumers is already selecting and paying for it? Then accordingly, we select the product to be launched, a project to be worked on. Understand the process and procedure of setting up small enterprise. Whenever you start with small, then go big. Don't start big and go to zero. Start with small, have a good clientele, have a good customer base, and if things go well, you will be land up ending in a big value chain for the customer. Because customer also wants to see you growing. That's why she is paying for you, right? But if you say customer is paying for me, but I need the customer to be paying in a dining big space. Big space will demand big rental. It will demand big value of food to be paid from the customer. And when the customer sees you falling down, he'll not come to catch you. So better start with small, go what you are doing, and when small will become big, customer will say, yes, this was a small shop. I used to go here, and today it has become a big industrialist. Know and influence the source of health support needed for launching an enterprise. Like I said, everything I can't do myself. Everywhere I can't go myself. I need some supportive hands. Somebody who can take charge of my business, somebody who can help me in business, somebody who can take a charge of, say, advertising, somebody who can take a charge of HR, and supportive hands, which can either help me and get the work done, or sometime it can get things executed in the right manner, right fashion. Well, I know what needs to be done, how it's to be done, but again, I can't do everything myself. Even if I can do something by myself, sometimes my health would not allow to do work from Monday to Sunday, and then landing up in hospital. That is why keep some people who are ready for your support any time you need them, and you can have freelancers also in that case. Upwork and these more of websites give you contractors for specific amount of time, and if this contractor is performing well, you can make them permanent employee. But again, if you post a job on Upwork or this kind of websites, it's not a guarantee you'll get the right kind of skill set people. So you need to know in the basics that if you fail or if you're not able to work for this job right now, after some time you might be needing some help if the expansion comes up. So from where you need to source the right kind of people. Last but not the least for today, the case study. This will end of the chapter 1. As we discussed a bit about this story of Colonel Harland Sanders in 1930, he retired from a office job, sorry, military of US, and he was given some good amount of pension of $1,000. 1930, this amount mattered a lot. But staying in US kind of country, and then that to surviving on his own was tough for him. So he had this idea, like I said, need-based idea that whatever I've done in the US Army are two things. One, I have cooked chicken. Second, I have been dealing with arms and ammunitions. Now, arms and ammunitions I can't deal with because I don't have any kind of license to do it. But chicken recipes I can design and approach some restaurant who can sell this recipe on my behalf, and I can gain royalty to it. Like a myth of the entrepreneur, I think we talked about only young minds can deal with entrepreneurship. That's not right. He retired at the age of 55, 60. And then after designing recipes, he approached 1009 restaurants which rejected his proposal. Now, at the age of 60, facing this big rejections of 1009, then trying to approach the big number restaurants is again not easy. You need to have good temperament to do it. 1010th restaurant accepted his recipe that was named as Kentucky Fried Chicken KFC. Kentucky is a place located in Louisville, Kentucky, US. So it's estimated that about 5 billion people have visited KFC restaurant at some point, and on the given day, 8% of Earth's population will visit KFC. It didn't happen overnight though. From a humble beginning as a small restaurant with just $100 in the capital, KFC grew into an international powerhouse through some careful planning. However, Colonel Sanders lost everything he owned when his home was destroyed, being raided during World War II. He went on to serve Kentucky State Police officer before eventually getting back to the food industry again. So we will be discussing more case studies. We have a chapter name with the case study itself. So that will be given discussed after some time. That's it for now for today's class. Any questions before we wind up for the day? For the day? Okay. The silence goes for now. Thank you. Thank you all. Have a good next evening.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.